Auston gave it everything he got. I think he gave it everything he had. He had the folks in the building. Did he have 16 attempts?
Yeah, I believe so. I think 11 hit the net, or 12,
yeah.
and then 16. He did the same thing the night before in Florida. He just rifled shots at net. It gets Detroit on Saturday night. He scores, early in the game to get to 69. He just kept going and going and going. He had 2.5 games to get there, and he couldn't.
You guys will like this. So I flew today to L.A., and I've got the Blackhawks final game of the regular season. So I'm in the locker room afterwards, and the media's left, and Connor Bedard is sitting there. And all year long, he's been saying that Austin's going to get to 70. And so, at the beginning of the year when people are going 75, 74, 76, can he catch Mogilny and Solani, 76? This kid is so sharp, and he was bummed out because he was cheering for 70. And I said, "Well, he had 10 shots on goal. Not like he didn't." He goes, "Well, no, he had 12. He had 16 attempts. He knew the numbers. He followed that game, and he was hoping that Austin was going to score." So it's great to see that these young players aren't just young players that play video games. So this kid loves the game of hockey and watches everything out there.
Well, I'm looking at his stats. This will be game 68 for him tonight. He's got 22 goals, 39 assists, 61 points. He's 18 years old. He's on, obviously, a team that's really struggling here. But how do we project Bedard's, second season, and do you think is he the guy that you would circle over the next 20 years that will take a run at Matthews and maybe pushing 70? Is he the only guy that can do that, or is there anyone else in this league that could push 70 at some point?
Boy, that's a really good question. I will say this, that we asked him this morning. We're just goofing around. We're talking about Nylander being too shy of 100 assists and one shy of 70 goals for Austin. And I said, well, what would you rather have? And he goes, 70 goals for sure. So to give you an idea, I mean, he likes to make plays. He sees the ice well. He's going to have to get surrounded by better players. That's just the facts. I mean, you don't waltz around this league scoring 70 goals without having some players with you. And I think one of the amazing things about Austin scoring, 69 this year, and he'll get to 70, and I'm sure he'll get to 75. But he doesn't have Cale Makar on the back end. He doesn't have Paul Coffey on the back end. He's sure. I know that Morgan Riley's a really good defenseman, but he's not that kind of defenseman. Mm-hmm. And so that's even more impressive. So, I mean, if Kevin Korchinski ends up being a guy that, can handle the power play, can get himself up to being a 70-point guy in the NHL at one point, because he can make a great first pass, and I know that they feed off each other pretty well. And then you surround him, now you got to surround him with some big guys on the wing. I think he's a long way off for that. Can he do it? Yes, I absolutely think he can do that. He's just he's an 18-year-old kid still playing junior hockey basically at the NHL level with a lot of players that won't be NHL players. I wouldn't think when you look at it in the future on this team. So that's, and breaking it down, yes, I think he has the ability to challenge it, yes.